Guys, for this problem it says, find where the function f of x is equal to x plus 2 sine of x on the interval 0 to x to 2 pi has relative extrema. Now, when in doubt, take the derivative, right? Because you can do something with the derivative. So let's take the derivative of my function. So the derivative of f would be 1 plus 2 cosine of x. So there's my derivative. Now, once you've gotten the derivative, you have to ask yourself, well, where is the derivative undefined? But since this is a trig function, that's it's cosine is defined for the entire interval. So we don't have to worry about where this derivative is undefined, but you do have to worry about where the derivative is 0. So I'm going to set this equal to 0, and I'm going to solve this for x. So I'm going to get 2 cosine of x is equal to -1. All right, next I'm going to solve this for cosine of x by dividing by 2. So I get cosine of x is equal to -1/2, and to solve this for x, I'm going to do cosine inverse of -1/2. Basically, I want to know where cosine is -1/2. So I'm just going to go back and take a look at my unit circle. And from my unit circle, I know that cosine is -1/2 at 2 pi over 3 and 4 pi over 3. So that's where my derivative is 0. All right, now that I've got my some critical numbers, I'm going to draw me a sign chart, and I'm going to put these two values on there. So I'm going to put 2 pi over 3 and 4 pi over 3. All right, now I'm going to pick values on these intervals to determine what the value of the derivative is. So the easiest number to pick to the left of 2 pi over 3 is just 0. So remember, plug this into the derivative. Well, where's the derivative at? The derivative is right here. So cosine at 0 is 1. 1 times 2 is 2. 2 plus 1 is 3. So it's either way, it's a positive value. So I got positive there. All right, now a value in between 2 pi over 3 and 4 pi over 3 would just be pi. So let's plug in pi into the derivative. Cosine at pi is -1. -1 times 2 is -2. -2 plus 1 is a negative. So the value of the derivative there is negative. And then a value to the right of 4 pi over 3 would be 2 pi. So let's plug in 2 pi. Cosine of 2 pi is 1. 1 times 2 is 2. 2 plus 1 is 3. So that's positive also. Now remember, you can tell it's a max or a min when the derivative has a sign change. Well, if you notice, there is a sign change, right? The derivative is positive, then it's negative. The derivative is negative, and then it's positive. So that means when the derivative is positive and then it's negative, this is a relative max. And then when the derivative is negative and then it changes to positive, this is a relative min. And so then that would be my two relative extrema at 2 pi over 3 and at 4 pi over 3.